There is one thing I have to mention. There was a card that showed...
What, when?
I do not remember, frankly. Back. Anyway, it showed a bunch of gear to mine Bitcoin, right?
Oh, yes.
And a small piece of gear to...
This was, to validate Ethereum. Yeah, here.
And there is one just little thing I have to say. Sorry, but proof of stake sucks. In terms of decentralization. And this card displays everything, you know, because...
Tell me more.
Sure. That's why I'm here.
Some classic debates now. Oh.
Yeah. To produce, to mine, to get more Ethereum, to stake, all you need is 32 Ethereum.
Or more.
Or even more, yeah. That's quite much for most of us.
But you have like, for example, like Rocket Internet stuff if you want to stake less or whatever.
And on the other hand, when you mine...
So for example, like, you have mining farms, right? So I can mine like virtually without having like all the computer on my house. At the same time, like proof of stake of Ethereum have like protocols like Rocket Internet, Rocket Pool and stuff that you basically just stake just a bunch of token into a shared stake pool. So it's the same exact thing.
But my point is the following. To mine Bitcoin or any other proof of work, you have to buy gear, to change your gear because it gets outdated quite rapidly.
Yep.
And you have to rent, to buy some space to hold all that stuff. And you have to spend quite much on electricity.
Yep.
And that means that when you mine it, all you have to do, you just have to sell it because you have a bunch of different costs to cover.
That's true.
And not all, but sometimes even more than the whole rewards you get from mining blocks, you have to spend to all that stuff. And contrary to that, when you stake Ethereum, you just get that base rewards, and you do not have to spend it for anything. So the rich just gets richer.
And it's also more bullish on the market because you don't have cost and billions of sales. But that's another story. So it's not a cost for the whole people like in the space. So first of all, I strongly believe that proof of work mining is just a Ponzi scheme because basically like you are forced to continuously be part of the game because you're forced to buy new hardware, spend more electricity, improving, and this create by default like a pyramid where bigger get bigger and smaller they are out for actually earning blocks. And this is what's happened because like remember that Bitcoin mining like is like this now. We have two entities that have more than 50%, 51% of the hash rate, and this is like not a good deal. But anyway, depends on what you value more, in my personal opinion. Like, for example, I strongly prefer proof of stake because, in my opinion, and that's like the most important thing for me as a person who like Ethereum more than Bitcoin, is that I like that validator can be, like more, let's say, pseudonymous than Bitcoin. Because, for example, here I'm United States of America. And these people, they can already like manipulating block in this exact moment, and it's kind of impossible for us to see it. Because Bitcoin doesn't have, for example, archive nodes. It doesn't have like a lot of stuff that are into Ethereum that if you are in this situation, you can figure it out. If they are actually doing it. And we can talk a lot about this actually, but I want to stay on the question. So, the difference is that here, the fact that you have way or more Bitcoin into the governance of Bitcoin, it doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter if these people sell or not. What is matter is how much they are growing into hash rate. because the governance of Bitcoin is about the hash rate, not about the token itself. So I don't care if they sell it or not, okay? As I care that there is these companies who push up the hash rate, putting out small miners, and they're constantly growing and growing and growing to achieve this. And on the post perspective, first of all, it's totally like a different way to do stuff, because, for example, Ethereum have finality. You don't have finality in Bitcoin. So, for example, if I have enough mining, I can literally I spend like tons of money, okay, that's true, but I can literally roast the whole history if I want. With the finality on Ethereum, it's very difficult to go under the last finality, for example, which is this is already like a good thing. Second, you need to have to do an actual attack, so to not just block the blockchain to do the next finality. You need to have more than 66% of the total stakers.
If you want to rewrite it.
If you want to, yes, exactly. And every block that passes, if you fail, you are slashing each block your money. And so I don't think that it's actually a way to make just richer get richer. And it's just like, so I don't see the incentives actually to have this richer get richer, because imagine you get like 33%, okay? The only thing you can actually do with 33% is just creating in some way like your pseudo fork and wait to be slashed until you go down to 33%. There is a lot to or for example, think about people get richer. First of all, I don't know how to put this into stuff. I don't see this problem anymore. Pretty much in a very different way between Ethereum and Bitcoin actually, because in the proof of stake, yes, people get richer in terms of tokens, but in the proof of work, these companies, the whole incentive in terms of computational power, create this company that have more hardware and better partnership in electricity, which is the real governance, as is token on Ethereum. So I don't see the difference.
But if I'm not mistaken, this pie on the left, it just demonstrates shares of pools.
Yep.
Hash rate, right? And the thing is that when
oh, sorry, I just forgot to give you this.
It doesn't make much sense. The pool itself is not mining, because the pool is just a network of miners connected to that, right?
Yep.
And anytime, any minute, any second, any miner can just exit the pool.
That's true.
And join any other. So it's questionable to me. This pie on the left.
It's so, for example, it's the same. You are correct in this. But it's the same stuff and saying when people. So, for example, there was a lot of people talking about Lido, if I remember correctly, which get near to 33% on Ethereum. It's the same exact concept. You can just unstake with Lido and go on Rocket Pool or stuff like this. It's the same exact concept. The problem is that whenever you are in a big mining pool in a Bitcoin, and whenever you are in a Lido, for example, who decide the version that is run, and who decide if we want to include block, for example, that are OFA compliant or not OFA compliant. You remember also all of these discussions that they were back in 22, is still on the mining farm. So yes, it's the same problem actually that we should find a way to solve. It's not a challenge between the two. This is what I think, and it's a huge problem.
Absolutely.
Whatever. So that's my point.
And this difference is quite religious, right? In some ways.
Yeah. Sorry if I didn't give you the. There is some. So it depends on I don't disrespect or something about people that say that the proof of work is better. Okay. In my opinion, I'm more for the proof of stake for a lot of reasons that I actually say in the conversation before. Only history tell at the end of the day, okay, because there is a lot of different stuff. I strongly the problem is that, for example, what I blame about proof of work people, especially Bitcoin people, is that instead of being focused on to collaborate to solve challenges, They are focused to talk every single day on Twitter against Ethereum people because they are different. And that's what I blame.
Yeah, that's fully understandable. People are just some kind of people, and there is no consensus between Bitcoin people themselves, right? But I don't know if you paid attention.
Yeah, I saw it.
Anyway, thank you.
Thank you.